What's up, guys? So we're gonna do one of these little vloggy type things again. I really liked the last one. Seemed like you guys did too. Seems like just looking back through some of my old videos, people seem to really like these ones where I just kind of discuss topics in the community that are kind of trending. So might just keep doing that, just kind of like maybe a little news type thing or something. But yeah, so today we got a couple things I want to talk about. The first thing is I got a magnetic 2x2. So this is the Kung Fu 2x2 magnetized. So if you see, like, aligns on every turn. It's weird, it's actually a little off there, but so it aligns. It played with that the other night, did an average of 50. It was like 1.9, I think. So not bad. It was actually really interesting when I went back to the Dion 2x2. It felt like I couldn't, not that I couldn't control it, but I would like undershoot or overshoot. It's weird. You use a magnetic cube for a while and then you go to a non-magnetic one and it feels really weird. It's really hard to explain unless you just use one, but super weird feeling. So don't know if I'll use it or not, just because the Kung Fu 2x2, it's not a perfect 2x2 for me. I think it's a really good one and most people will like it, but I don't know that it's quite for me. So we'll kind of see about that. Don't know if I'll actually end up using it or not. But it's certainly a neat feel. Chris Tran made one for me just because I asked him, I was like, is it possible to do a 2x2 with magnets? And he was kind of hesitant at first. He didn't think it'd be that great. And at first I thought it was really weird, but the feel's kind of growing on me more. But like I said, Kung Fu's not quite for me. It's a little fast. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening with this. I think it's really neat. And Chris also wanted me to mention, I don't know when this is going to be announced. I don't know if it is right now. I think it's going to be a little bit still. But they're going to work on doing magnetic cubes. So like, obviously they're going to work on magnetic cubes, but they are going to like do custom ones. So they basically found out, hey, we can like drill holes into certain cubes like they did for Square One. So they're going to make a service where you can order any cube magnetized, maybe not any, but a lot of cubes magnetized. Basically, you'll put in a custom order and they will invoice you what they want to charge for it. So I don't know what the price range is going to be for all of them. It probably depends on the difficulty of drilling holes into it. Doesn't need drilling holes, stuff like that. So that'll be a service soon. He also wanted me to mention that they're going to do expand the premium service. So the premium service will be any cube, at least from my understanding, any cube. I think we talked about it in the context of 3x3s, but I would imagine any cube. So that would cover doing spring swaps. So if you had like a 6x6, they would do the spring swap for you. They'd lube it, and they will charge you, whatever rate they're going to do for that. So I'm sure it depends on the cube. I'm sure a 7x7 is going to be more than a 3x3, obviously. And then just depends what you ask them that you want them to do. But so we're going to let my dog in right here because he's going to keep scratching at my window this whole time if I don't. So that's what I love about videos like this. I can go be interrupted and still keep making my video. So anyways, yeah, they're going to be doing that. So any premium cube, I know a lot of people have commented on my video saying, hey, they discontinued this premium. And I'm sure people want premium of other cubes that aren't, as popular. So I think that'll be a really handy service that people will really enjoy. I had Ro set up a premium 5x5 for me. Right here. This is the Chi 5x5, and this thing is so good. Like, Ro is seriously so good at setting up cubes. Like, I have a Chi 5x5 right here. This has probably about 1,000 solves on it, honestly. And then he sent me that, and seriously, like, out of the box, this was already better than what mine was broken in. Tensions are just really hard for me to do on big cubes, and Ro just does it perfectly. I don't know what he did to this thing, but it's really good, and I really like it. So yeah, I think the premium service is really good. Obviously, it's spendy, but I think it's a really good service. If you can't set up cubes great, like me. So yeah, they just wanted me to talk about that a little bit. I think that'll be cool. Seems like people will enjoy it. But the big thing that I want to talk about for this video, see if I can hold this with my other hand here. There we go. Is judges. So this has been a hot topic in the community for a little while. There's been a lot of recent videos of judges not doing their job properly, people doing things improperly, stuff like that. And I've experienced it a couple times. And so there's been a lot of talk about what we should do to fix these things and prevent these things. And so like example, there was a video a while back of a judge judging Felix, And the judge would say 3, 2, 1, start looking every time. And honestly, for all I know, this judge was actually being genuine. He might not have been goofing around. I don't think he was, from what I remember from the video. But I've seen a lot of judges do this in the U.S. now, and there's no point. Like, you are supposed, the competitor will say, "I'm ready," and you lift the cube cover. It's as easy as that. So stuff like that shouldn't be happening. You don't need to say 3, 2, 1, go. You don't need to say go. You don't need to say start. You just lift the cover. And I don't know, some of you may have saw that my official 2x2 single that I just recently had, the .9, my judge did 3, 2, 1, start looking, and I know he was kind of doing it in a goofing off way. And a lot of you were pretty harsh on him in the comments. I said in the description that I told him to stop after, and he did. So it's not like he's an idiot or something. It really irritates me that people think calling someone an idiot or whatever else they want to call them is going to solve the problem, especially when most of these kids probably watch these videos. So watch your mouth, maybe. But yeah, so there's been a lot of these things, and I just want to talk about things that people shouldn't do that should really be like common sense. So one of them being, I see lots of judges solve while the competitor is solving, and no one wants to hear you going like clicking your cube all over the place while they're trying to solve. I find it very annoying. And, I've gotten better about it, so I don't care quite as much, but if it's loud, I will tell my judge to stop. And you shouldn't even be having to ask your judge to stop, because your job is to sit there and judge, not sit there and solve a Rubik's Cube. So if you ever see someone doing that in a competition, you should tell them to stop. And if they don't stop, then go get your delegate and tell them, yo, this person's distracting me. And they will likely be asked to stop judging or stop cubing while they do it. The next big one is please don't have a conversation with the judge across from you while people are solving. This is super annoying. Like, people will just have full-on conversations. And especially for like I've gotten a lot better about handling distractions like this, but there's a lot of people who are not that great at that, or haven't dealt with it much, and it's just super annoying and will really throw off their solves. So don't do that. If you really need to go talk to someone, go across the table and ask them whatever it is you need to ask them, but please don't have the conversation directly over the table. That's just disrespectful to the competitor. Don't do that. Think about, if you're going to be doing these things, would you want someone doing that while you're solving? You probably wouldn't. So there's a lot of things like that. Just do your job. When they say they're ready, lift the cube cover. Then you don't have to say anything after that except 8 and 12 seconds. And then you write down their time when they're done. Actually, another big one that I see all the time is if you have a cube that is misaligned and it's close and you aren't sure about it, don't pick it up. I see a lot of people, the judge will just immediately just be like, oh, pick it up, and don't do that, because you're not supposed to do that. You could, misalign the cube or whatever. So don't do that. There's just a lot of things that I think, to me personally, are kind of common sense that you shouldn't do if you're going to be judging. Now I understand a lot of these are younger kids. They just have a little bit more energy. They're a little bit more playful about things. And people have said, oh, well, let's make a regulation that you have to be 16 or something to judge, which is stupid in my opinion. You shouldn't have to have any age restriction on it, because people like Lucas, Rami, Patrick Ponce, people like that wouldn't even be able to judge. And to me, that is really stupid, because obviously I'm sure those people would be very helpful. So that would be a really dumb rule, I think. And there's also been the argument, don't let non-cubers judge, which I agree with to an extent. The thing is, parents are often very helpful, at least in the Midwest. They are extremely helpful at parents or at competitions, and they may not know every regulation and whatnot, but as long as you inform them of everything they need to know, basic penalties, if you don't know, get a delegate, whatever. I think they're super helpful. I don't think we should make them not judge. But I think people just need to take things a little bit more serious. They need to not be so playful about it, and be familiar with the regulations. If you're going to go to a competition you want to judge, just familiarize yourself with the regs. It's not that hard to pull it up and read it. Like, the regulations are, in my opinion, compared to a lot of other things, super easy to read. It's not that hard of vocabulary to understand or anything like that. So really it just comes down to read the regulations if you're going to go and help judge. And if you see a problem at a competition, tell them to stop or tell the delegate. Don't just sit there and do nothing and then bash them online. That does absolutely nothing to solve the problem. And I don't know what people are thinking when they do that. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about for judges, because that's been a really hot topic. That's kind of my 2 cents about the whole topic. Other than that, not a whole lot going on lately. I've been trying to make a lot of videos that you guys have wanted to see for a while. Like I made that overlooping thundercloud video, finger tricks video. A lot of people wanted that. So I've kind of been going through my most requested videos and making them. So if you guys have more, feel free to leave them in the comments. I do read every comment, despite what you guys think. I read every single comment, even your really mean ones. So yeah, been working on that. So if you guys have a video you want to see, let me know, and I will try and make that happen. Other than that, got some competitions coming up, going to Kansas to compete at Lawrence Fall. That should be a fun time. Then after that, I have my competition. And then after that, we'll be going to New York to the cubicle office. Gonna make some videos. Can't talk about those yet, but we're gonna be making some videos, so that should be really cool. Yeah, other than that, I think that's kind of it. I really like these style videos. Let me know what you guys think. They're really easy for me to film. Like, I'm just sitting in my bedroom, just all relaxed and making a video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you later. Bye.